This morning I had a nanny call. The young lady was looking for a nanny for 3 kids. And I got all her information. We're just talking and stuff. I'm asking her about budget. And she says, well, I wanted to know if you offered like low income nanny service. And I was like, well, no, I don't. And she was like, well, have you ever like really thought about it? It's so many moms out there that need nannies, and I know that you love working with kids, and maybe you could help a mom out, and offer like discount nanny service. And she was just going in, and I said, well, having a nanny is a luxury. It's 11:11, and something that I don't do is change my prices. And she was like, oh, well, what about the moms who, really need nannies or really need child care and they just can't afford having a nanny? I said, normally, when you can't afford a nanny, you just put the child into daycare until you can't afford a nanny, or something that I did when my kids were younger, especially when I first moved to Atlanta. Me and like 3 of the neighbors, all of us were single moms. Um, our kids played together sometimes. So I went to work the earliest, and one of the moms didn't. She worked at night, so she would put all the kids on the bus. Another mom would get them off the bus. I would keep the kids on some of the weekends because I was the mom that didn't work weekends. And we had a good little thing going until I think all of us ended up moving, but we all helped each other out. It wasn't like we were best friends or any of that, but we saw a need and we jumped on it and made sure that everybody came out on top. Everybody, kids were saved, and we did what we needed to do. So I'm explaining that to her. Yeah, times different. People don't do that. I was like, yeah, and I try to make sure to tell my nannies not to negotiate their prices. Their price is their price. Well, what if people need a nanny? Like, you're not thinking about the people who can't afford it and still need childcare. And I said, again, sweetheart, having a nanny is a luxury. This is something that takes place in your home. This is a private service. It's a convenience. Not everybody will be able to have that, and it's okay. It's just not at this point in your life. Later on maybe you can, but as of right now, you're just not in a position to hire one. She was so upset at me because I didn't want to do discount prices, and I didn't want to do bend over backwards. That's exactly what it was. That I didn't want to bend over backwards to get to give her what she needed. And we were still talking and stuff, and she was like, "I'm just saying, you'll get so much farther in life when you help people." I said, "You're absolutely right. That's why I make sure to volunteer a lot. I do a lot of free doula services and stuff like that." I said, "But when it comes to nannying, I don't." And she was, giving me her sob story of what's going on in her life and everything that's happening. And I said, so I'm questioning, when you had your first baby, did you have help? And she was like, no, I did all of it by myself. Didn't nobody help me. And, I struggled. And me and my kids, me and my baby, we had to sleep in the car and blah, blah, blah. And then I had my second baby. I said, so you had another baby in the same predicament. You don't have the help. You don't have the means. But you had another baby. Well, yeah, because I wanted my baby. I said, okay. And then when I had my third baby, stuff really started getting tight. And she was, telling me everything that was going on. And I was like, oh, okay. And she was like, so that's why I be needing help, because I got 3 kids. I said, and all 3 of those were your decision. You put yourself in this predicament to not be able to do what you needed to do. I said, so now you have to work yourself out of it. No one owes you anything. When I had my kids at 17, I said it was just by the grace of God that I had a big family and they were able to help. They didn't have to, but they did, because I kept their kids. I was the family babysitter. I love keeping the kids. Hell, I love keeping my grandson. And after we finished the talk, she kind of was like, yeah, looking back at it, I see what you're saying. You know, I did put myself in this predicament. But I just thought and she said what I hear a lot of young ladies say, I thought if I had a baby with him, he'll choose me. And it didn't happen like that. And I said, I understand. We all have our wheel in the school zone. The hamster there, but that wheel in the school zone. All of us went through it. I went through it. I had 2 kids with it. So I'm not here to judge you or make you feel bad for your decisions, but what I will tell you to do is take accountability. What I will tell you is that nobody has to do anything. You made your bed, you're going to have to make sure to make it up every day. This is something that is part of your daily life. You make these decisions and these choices to say, hey, I know that you don't want kids. I know that because she told me one of the dads said he never wanted kids. Another one of the dads, when she told him she was pregnant, I think he in jail, but he was on parole when she met him and got pregnant. And the third dad, he's married, and he told her he wasn't leaving his wife. And so I told her, with everything that's going on, you have to take accountability for the things that you did and your part in all of this. You can't be mad because people don't want to help, because a lot of times people take your kindness as a weakness. I don't take nobody kindness as a weakness. I said, ma'am, you just told me that you wanted somebody to help you in your home 45 hours to 60 hours for $11 an hour for 3 kids. And she was like, nah, what I was saying was y'all companies make so much money, y'all forget about helping the little people. I was like, no, I help people. I said, but again, having a nanny is a luxury. It's not for everyone. I said, and some nannies will not work for $10, $11 an hour because someone needs help. Because now they got to find a second job because they taking such low pay on this job. And she was like, oh, yeah, I didn't think of it like that. That's okay, baby. So we talked for a second, and I was like, maybe childcare or, get with some of your friends to see if you guys can help out with, the childcare part. But don't have no more kids. And she was like, I know, I ain't having no more kids. I learned my lesson. I'm in therapy now. That's all I needed to hear. She was like, something that I wish I would have known when I had my first one was that I needed to make sure that I was financially ready for it. She said, because I wasn't. She said, then I had another one thinking that was going to keep him. She said, and, he was giving me this game. He was on probation, and he was this big D boy, and he was getting out, and he got 10 years, and I found out that I'm his 4th baby mama, not his first, like he lied. And she said, in the third one, she said, I shouldn't have been messing with that married man. She said, but I was. She said, I came on to him. I pursued him. I lost my job for it. He never left his wife. And now I'm just where I'm at. She was like, so I'm doing a lot of, soul searching. I said, no, you're doing a lot of healing. And she was like, yeah, I am. I just want better for my kids. And I was like, and that's understandable. But having a nanny is a luxury. And she was like, I understand. I'm going to look into daycare. I was like, yeah. She was like, because I got the vouchers. So if you got the vouchers, what are you trying to get a nanny for? Because I see everybody on social media holler about they got nannies, and I just wanted one because that's what I see. Stop trying to live this life that you see people have on social media, because a lot of times they ain't happy. I can tell y'all, some of these people got money, but they lonely. They don't have anybody. They don't have friends. They don't have nothing. Nothing. And I know people be like, money make you happy. Yeah, it makes life easier, but you make yourself happy. money just adds to it.